I mean, a single day wouldn't have helped that much, to be honest.
Could have given us fair warning about who would and wouldn't be, right? This is the numbers, the
Oh yeah, that's a
statistics.
point.
Well, at least in the case of COVID.
Go ahead and open up the...
To be fair, that one was quite a long time ago, and I can only predict the future up to like a day at most. So,
Right.
I think I got everything from my end. Alright, looks like we're just waiting on you, Hector.
Oh, sorry. Are we doing this in Albert?
Yes, we are.
Schooling? One second. Sorry,
Okay.
my computer's having some issues, so I'm doing this on my phone. So let me just
No worries.
figure it out. Is it not the usual password?
No, it should be.
Oh, I case sensitive.
okay, so we have me, Balasar, Galahad, Maya, and Swarm of Insects.
Yes. You know, the swarm of insects that followed you guys over.
Goody research subjects.
What is that? What is...
It's pizza. What else could it be?
I just see the pizza.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, I'm gonna
Also,
show you
yeah,
what
I'm
it
very
looks like
confident.
on my screen, because I know for sure it is botched.
I just see pizza. I don't know what you're talking about.
It looks like someone just took the cat's face and ripped it just to put it off to the side. I don't know what you guys are going on about. Here,
Alright,
go and
is everyone ready to go? Everyone situated?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, so last you guys had left off, you were traveling through the valley to bypass the security checkpoint over here at the bridge. And in doing so, you came across a mysterious figure who played around with some tricks, showed you guys some stuff, and gave Galahad a little special pocket watch.
I still need the freaking
Yes.
stats of that. But okay.
Don't worry about it. Alright, so yeah, you guys are further along further along across the valley. Seems like Igna knows where to go. It's almost like he's traveled this road before. Is there anything you guys would like to do?
It is Maya's just working on her little side project that she's been working on this entire time.
Okay. Brimstone?
I'm still looking at the pocket watch, trying to understand it better.
Okay. Yeah, so as you guys approach the other side of the valley, as you get closer to it, even from the top of the ledge, you can see that there is some sort of forest here, although it seems to have been long since abandoned, some sort of plague or something has ravaged it eons ago. But there is a path along the hillside that your guys' wagon is able to maneuver fairly at. And as you guys reach the top, the forest, while there are no leaves on the trees, the forest itself is pretty dense. But as you guys grow closer to the main road, you do hear the sound of wagons every so often. And as you guys eventually come across the main road through your little side road, you see that the road's fairly busy. There's at least a couple of wagons each way you look. Most of them seem to be heading west towards to what you guys would presume would be the ring gate. And eventually, you guys do make it back onto the main road, and you. Real quick, too, who's going to be up front?
So who already went up front? Maya, I think. Then.
Galahad.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to try
It's
going
'cause
up
Maya
there.
has a.
Oh,
It's fine. It's just that Maya has the highest passive perception, if I remember,
Yeah,
and that's
Yeah.
why we would.
which is an
usually
18
prefer
for passive perception.
Yeah, which is pretty helpful.
well, mine is the plus. Okay, fine.
Passive perception.
I guess.
not perception check.
Yeah. Okay. I guess we can just have my upfront then. Because
Okay.
I thought a 15 to my passive perception is pretty good, but
Maya working away, just all you hear is tink, 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 tink. As if she's not paying attention.
yeah, if
That
Maya's
still
gonna be
has a
doing
high
that, I think
perception.
I would be the one up at front, just so that Maya can do that like uninterrupted. Because second highest passive
It's a side
perception, boy.
project.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like how you do when you're going along as the passenger. You're fiddling with something.
Exactly. To where you're sort of paying attention, but not 100% paying attention.
Yeah.
Eventually, you guys come to a crossroads. There's continuing forward, then there's left, and then there's right. And on the signpost, you see that the sign that goes to the left has been worn down, chipped off, and then the sign forward says Ring Gate. And then the sign to the right says the palace.
Interesting.
You guys press forward towards the other ring gate.
Sure.
Okay.
Go ahead and
All right. You guys continue to press forward. Your wagon walking alongside the trail of many other wagons before you, and then as you progress down this track, you eventually begin to notice that the wagons start to slow down and eventually come to a halt. And then after about 5 to 10 minutes, the wagon train moves forward about one slot, and then it comes to a halt again.
Oh, we are in a line, aren't we?
it seems like this is gonna take a while.
Well, I don't really have anything on the mind right now. Do any of you have something you want to talk about, or? Oh,
I don't think so.
alright.
Besides, I'm gonna shove this damn instrument up that guy's ass. That's about it. See if he plays
Actually,
a good instrument then.
um,
Yeah.
gosh dang it. I knew what I wanted to do beforehand, but then Maya just saying that instantly distracted me. Not great. Great. Right. I remember what I was gonna do. Okay, Ignis here, right?
Yes.
I wanna visit him.
Okay.
He's probably open somewhere.
Yeah,
So what do you want, lad?
yeah. So, how are you holding up?
Well, thankfully I've had some time, but it's it's like I remembered it, except for the little last bit there. But no, it's
So I
uncanny.
take it that memory was more than just a little difficult to process, I guess. I'm not good with the whole trying to be sentimental thing, so you're gonna have to give me a second.
I suppose you could say that, yeah.
If I may, could you tell me who that blue imp is, or is that a bit too close to? Is that a bit too personal for you?
Maybe not. Not right now. It's still a little fresh in the
Alright.
mind.
Alright. Just trying to find something to cheer you up after that. Traumatic memories can be an absolute pain to deal with.
Yeah, I appreciate the sentiments.
Mm. Other than talking with Igna, there's not really much I want to do because I'm still thinking about questions that I had asked that man before. And for Blimp and Maya's sake, I'm just gonna say this. I did get to ask that guy that was doing all of the
questions.
weird collision. Yeah,
Yeah.
I did get to ask him a couple questions, but only after the whole session because I wasn't there for it. So, yeah. I'm just gonna be thinking on some of the answers that he gave me for those questions because, well, some of it is reassuring, the others, it's a little vague, and I can understand why, but yeah.
Well, I mean, if he told you outright, it'd be a little, you know.
Yeah,
It
I
took
know
a
that
lot
if he tells me outright what's gonna happen, then good chances it's not gonna happen anymore. But
The whole
still.
Ben 10 thing where he encounters himself from the future, which alters the past because he wants to always be better than the future version that he's seen.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically. I almost put that in D&D chat. Okay. You guys can keep going on. I'm gonna have to edit this a bit. Give me a second.
All Maya's doing is working on her personal firearm that she was originally creating this entire time of travel. It's just making the mechanics.
My headcanon for the D&D chat that's going on right now is it's all telepathic.
Totally works. Alright. So as you guys approach closer towards the front of this queue, you see what appears to be a farmer's house, and a little shack. Seems to be that there's been some sort of checkpoint that's been made up ahead, and there hasn't been any yelling or any disruptions, so it doesn't seem like it's super intense. Would you guys like to do anything?
Maya's just being Maya and getting distracted. So
Okay.
she's paying attention just in case someone tries some shit, because of the amount of shit that's going on in our trip so far. When there's no need for such, you kind of get on guard.
Yeah, a little bit on
You
edge.
know, a few parts of a makeshift rifle is gonna, well, handgun, goes flying, and I'll just have to remake them. Catapult. Nasty. Because it's 4d8 damage.
Yeah, 48 damage. That's can definitely be pretty brutal, especially if there's multiple going off at the same time.
Actually, while we're traveling, I kind of want to go with Maya for a bit, just so that, just because like, I also want to try studying the firearm, pistol was it, the handgun, whatever it was.
The muskets.
Yeah, whatever that is, I want to also study it.
But the
Okay.
force cannon. Force
The
cannon's
force-
probably just sitting right behind Maya.
Yeah.
Yeah,
With the flintlocks, the muskets.
yeah, it's just a whole barrage of new firearms and weaponry.
Yeah.
You guys have collected the past little bit since you.
How
left
many do we
Salvador.
actually have up to this point?
Good
We got
question.
2 flintlocks, 2 muskets, and a force cannon.
Who has all of them? Is it Maya?
Me,
Yeah,
because I've got the bag of holding.
Who else would have it?
Who
Do
else
you
can
have
carry all this shit?
Yeah. Who else? Do you have a proficiency in firearms?
I could get a proficiency in firearms, but because of my feet basically locking out everything else, it probably wouldn't matter anyway.
Maybe after some intensive training, theoretically you could.
Yeah, I do honestly kind of want
Technically,
to.
I cut down the craft time of firearms and development of new ones. Because it's firearm expert.
Pretty much just a gunsmith.
Yeah,
Okay, the main reason I bring all of this up is because I want to see if I can, let's say, borrow one of the flintlocks for now at least. And
well, there's one in pieces, though. There's only one left.
oh, can I borrow it?
What? I did state I took apart a flintlock, a musket, and a couple of the repeating crossbow.
I don't.
And,
I just wasn't paying attention.
and the Hellfire blowgun, dart gun, blowpipe is sitting there in a pile of, well, a box.
Yeah,
As
just a
part.
box of just like. I like to imagine it's just like a giant, like not like a giant crate, like a crate that just has like no organization, but like everything that's like it's like ever disassembled, any random part is gonna be in there, and only Maya knows exactly where it is in there.
Pretty much. She's got her own organization, and you'd probably be seeing her reaching
in
on
the
it
world
just
do you-
randomly without looking, pulling out a part, putting another piece in.
Yeah.
How in the world do you go sift through this mess? My word.
Yes, it's chaotically organized.
I
Just, you have trouble remembering where
as
you
an
place something.
organization are direct are direct opposites of each other. I do not think you know what both of those words mean. Okay. Anyway,
There's
the
a
main
system,
reason-
and I only know the system.
I mean fair. But I brought all of this up because I wanted to see, among all of these firearms right now, only the force cannon is something that can use souls as like ammunition, right?
I don't
At
know.
this time, yes.
No, it's running empty.
Can I borrow that for a bit? Because I want to try something. I'm not quite sure if it'll work, but I guess Mallory
What
can
are
show
you
me that.
planning?
Yeah, what are you planning?
Okay. There really isn't any easy way to put this. Give me a second, I'm gonna think of how to say this. Mallard, I'm just gonna DM it to you first, and then I'll just think of how to say it later.
Okay.
So we can move on while I do this.
Yeah, I'm just trying to pull something up.
If you need me to do any craft rolls, just let me know, Mallard.
Okay. That's that. Okay. All right.
Okay. It's sent.
Gotcha. So as you guys continue forward into the through the queue, you eventually are only a couple of spaces away before the two buildings, and as you get close, you do see that there has been some sort of checkpoint that's been set up. You see there's been a couple of stone barricades that have been set up on each side of like pretty much alongside the houses to set up. Yeah, Jack can go ahead and show you guys. You guys are pretty close enough now. So this is pretty much what you guys would see. There's a couple of more wagons in front of you.
Mallard, check
yes.
the chat. The D&D chat.
Yes, I am.
Okay. While that's going on, I want to wrap up the conversation I was having with Maya. So,
Oh, that chat.
what I was gonna plan on doing was see if this gun can accept part of a
Okay.
soul for its ammunition instead of
Okay.
requiring specifically a full humanoid soul.
From what I can tell, it requires the full. So it
Hmm.
doesn't have to be humanoid or anything. It can be lesser souls. That's what was in there.
But it just has to be a full soul and not
Yeah.
like a segmented body part, for an example. Okay.
Correct.
Okay.
From
Okay.
what I'm getting. From my analytics of it.
That complicates things quite a bit, actually, because, well, I was thinking of a way to somehow fuel this weapon without going out of our way to specifically fill it with other humanoid or whatever kind of souls.
Well,
But
it's got no ammunition. It still shoots bullets.
well, considering what you said about it requiring a full soul, doesn't have to be humanoid or whatever. But the fact that it requires a full soul at all, that complicates things greatly, actually. Oh well.
It's just, I can still fire shots out of it.
Really?
There's no ammunition in it.
You think it could fire like... Let's take a pebble, for example. Like, a physical object. Do you think it could still fire those?
Possibly not. It still works on a combustion-based ammunition.
Huh.
I've just
Alright,
put an ability on it, let's just say.
Artificer things.
Yes.
Yes.
I knew it. Look, I can tell whenever it's an artificer doing artificer things that I just won't even begin to claim to understand. So you just go do your thing and just... Okay, I am interested, but I highly doubt I would even understand even if I did tasks.
An endless quiver of arrows. That's basically what's on it.
That actually makes a surprising amount of sense.
No need to reload.
Huh. Well, that's
And it only
cool.
fires one shot.
Wow, that's cool. Alright, here, you can have the rifle back. That's about all I wanted.
Where it was.
actually. And, yeah. I'm done talking to Maya.
Okay.
Oh, now we've got a checkpoint. You got your paperwork ready?
I always have my paper.
I actually... How do I put
My
this?
main concern is
I've
about the photo view,
Never
which
done
everything-
paperwork before, actually.
What was that, Alan?
Oh, I was talking to Signa. I've got the paperwork ready. I'm more just worried about the four of you.
Well,
I'll
we're under
be
your
hon-
employment. And we've got adventurers. Paperwork or something.
Yeah, but I mean, well, I guess we'll
Not
see.
killed
what's
anyone
going
here.
on.
Yet.
Yeah. But I heard you guys made a pretty big mess at the stadium, so I'm just wondering if they're still pissed about that.
Did not make a mess of anything. I was the one being shot.
And even then, we took out some of the canisters that would have otherwise exploded.
No, you.
Oh, drain souls, all that sort of
Yeah.
rigmarole.
Whatever that was, just all of that. Regardless, our point is, we weren't exactly the ones who instigated that, and I'm really just looking for a point where we can eventually clear our names on that, because it is going to be so annoying having to deal with those black imp bastards constantly trying to say as if I'm the one that caused all of that just because I dropped one moonbeam.
Well, I mean, you definitely are.
I'm still mad.
You definitely are a character of interest. I'll say that much.
I mean, that much is understandable. I just don't like being hounded over it.
Well, who said they were ever gonna kill you? Maybe they want to bring you in for questioning.
I mean, I guess if that's the case, it wouldn't be as bad, but the dude quite literally split my stomach open.
Yeah, don't mess with those guys. They're
Yeah.
a force to be reckoned with.
Really, huh? Okay. At least maybe not now. I have a lot to think about. Sorry.
Yes, you do.
And while that's while you guys have been talking up towards the front of the cart and the back of the cart, you guys hear both of the brimstones talking to each other deep in conversation. You hear snippets and whatnot of it, but you do see that. Well, I don't know. Yeah, you guys see that.
There, I moved the tokens for you.
That Hector has removed the amulet for the time being.
Interesting.
He'd be
Because-
incredibly sickly the moment it leaves his body.
Yeah, the moment he takes
I
it
haven't
off.
seen in a few weeks.
His health went from 80 to 10, so
Wait, for
Then
real?
you just look like someone just
That
drained
is
the
not a
soul out of
joke.
you.
it is not an exaggeration. That is what happened. I've been doing the math for the past 10 minutes.
Oh my god! It went from 80 to 10?
Minus 70 HP off of one amulet. Go.
It's minus 2 for all 7 levels, so it's minus 14. He only has 5 d8s and 2 d6s.
Oh my
Yeah.
word.
Alright, we got a level
We gotta take
party
minus
member
14
here.
to his health. I didn't roll that good.
Alright then.
No, sorry. I have 13 health. 13.
Oh, 13. Alright, still level 1 health there, but much better. 3 extra hit points. See the difference between life and death.
Look, it's Emperor Palpatine.
That's definitely the way to
The
put it.
difference is he doesn't have infinite power.
Oh, you're actually gonna say that?
Hey, he's got the power. He just got the sickly body.
Yeah, fair.
Are you planning on killing any Jedis, good sir?
Okay, but honestly,
Trying to
when I
kill
was
the younglings.
oh my word, we're
Don't-
actually committing to this bit. Okay. Honestly, though, what I was gonna say is, like, Tamaya for a bit. You think that has something to do with the, the
Alibarus, bullcrap, yeah. Most likely.
yeah.
If the king isn't found, they're most likely searching for people.
Oh, I meant, like, Alexander and, that. You think that has something to do with his,
Well, he wasn't really sickly originally until he got that amulet.
if I had to guess. Actually,
it's not even medicine can cure that. That I found out.
well, that much I know because he stopped me from trying to cure him as well. My guess is, well, this isn't okay. Up until this point, I have nothing to assume he would be anything but a paladin, but that most
It's like
definitely
at the
is
end of his
not
candle.
Yeah.
Look. Okay, I'm just gonna be blunt here. I think that has something to do with his patron.
No clue.
Well, I say that because, well, he casts Shatter. That spell is exclusive for, I believe, warlocks. So,
No, several other classes do get it.
Yeah,
Well,
some
I've seen
professions.
clerics toss them around depending on their patron.
look,
Seen
I'm just gonna be.
wolves.
I'm not trying to hide this or anything, and I'm not whispering. So if the others would try to hear me, then go ahead, feel free. But I'm saying all of this out loud. I'm just a little bit worried.
After he's
Maybe
Free.
it's just because I worry about people way too much, but frankly, I'm just worried that the patron is inevitably just gonna get in the way of things more than it's gonna end up helping us.
who knows with
I mean-
warlocks. Each have
If you're
their
afraid
own
of me slowing you
roles and-
down, feel free to leave me behind. But I assure you, that will not be the case.
That's not exactly what I'm worried about here. It's more about the person that you made a deal
Become.
with.
I've never made a deal with anyone in my life. I have a connection to my quarry, but as all Kalashtar do.
Mm,
Hmm.
okay then.
I'm a
I'm
spell
just-
sword of sorts. I've trained myself in the blade and spellcraft my entire life.
Okay, I can somewhat understand that, but that's not my main concern. My main concern here is the fact that if I had to guess, this happened while you had the amulet on, but because the amulet was still with you, you didn't notice this being taken away. Who's to say
Necessarily.
that, well,
Notice what getting taken away? Throws up again.
Because you also
But
do.
it's been a while since I've heard that.
Yeah.
I
Need another painkiller there.
I don't think it's. I don't quite know how to explain it. But I've seen this happen before. And even had to deal with it a couple times actually.
You should-
I'm just saying I'm concerned. This isn't
Magical
something.
curses, all that sort of stuff.
Well, this isn't
Yeah,
even a
no.
magical curse, is what I'm saying.
Well, he was originally like this before he got the amulet,
Yeah.
so
It was before the
Yeah.
amulet.
this is just him reverting back since the magic has gone off.
Didn't any of
Yeah.
you see that this is noticeably worse than last time, though?
No, it's not. It's just that you've gotten used to his
It's
positive
a
side.
newfound vigor.
Well, I know. Whatever.
You gotta remember, he uses his false life to artificially inflate his health.
Yeah.
He's done
I-
that since you've known him. So he has got means to make himself look more healthy. He just hasn't grown any stronger constitution or health wise in a long time because of how poorly he rolled. And that he takes -2 and he has a D6 die, so it's like, oh, here's a health.
Yeah.
Yep.
That much I can understand as the player. Balasar is still suspicious. Okay?
And Maya got pretty high on the medicine check, so hence why she's not concerned.
My voice is fucking up.
Well, it sounds like you're extra in character then.
I'm even more sick. It's great.
Because she got too used
That's
to
what I'm
the
more
triggers of good
concerned
health.
about, though. You're more sick than last time, apparently? Okay, whatever.
It's just the way he rolled this time.
Okay.
All right. So as you guys are discussing that, your guys' wagon eventually moves up to the
We are
front.
at level 8, aren't we?
Yes.
Good to know. Just double checking.
And you see a some sort of guard or officer someone of official status. To he walks out in front of the horses, and Igna reins the horses in and has the wagon come to a stop. The officer comes around to the side where Igna is, and the first thing he asks is, "Do you have any papers?" "Yeah, I've got the papers right here," and he shuffles around in his little sack, his little knapsack. Takes out some papers and hands it to him. Is there anyone out front right now, or are all of you guys in the wagon right now?
I'm in
Towards
the
the
wagon.
I'm in the wagon.
Okay.
I
So
was
the
keeping ears out a second watch while tinkering. And I'm still tinkering.
the officer, he peers around Igna. What are you doing there? What you working
Making
on?
stuff.
Making what kind of
Considering the amount of bandits we've come across, best be prepared for the journey ahead.
stuff? Bandits? What bandits?
Oh, several of them along the road.
Along the main road here.
Well, we did detour a little, but
That
before we
explains it.
detoured, we got jumped by some bandits.
Yeah, well, try to stick to the main roads next time, okay?
Well, it was on the main roads. They just kind of forced our way off the main roads.
Interesting. He shuffles through the papers, examining, and then he asks Igna, "So what do you have in the back there?" Igna replies, "Well, I've mainly just got different various trading goods. It should all be on the manifest there, and I do have a couple of security in the back as well. You know how the
Watson pokes his head out from the front and has a wave.
I also want to poke my head out and wave.
Okay. There you go. You guys just both poke your heads out. The officer looks at you guys. Anyone else back there?
Two others actually.
Two
Well,
others.
two others and their retainers.
Sounds like you guys have a pretty packed wagon there.
Yep.
Alright, well this will be
Merchants
just...
need some protection these days.
Alright, he goes to the back towards his friend. They start talking for a moment.
Maya's trying to listen in.
Roll a perception check.
Starting off the day with a 26.
Damn. Alright, so the general gist... the general gist of the conversation is the first guard, the one that talked to you, he's talking to his other officer who might be of slightly higher seniority about the papers and everything in there, and about the security going on in there. And then the other officer suggests to him to just double check to go inside the wagon and to check things out. So he with the papers, he walks back to Igna. All right, here's those papers back for you, sir. And seeing as how the king is currently missing, we are performing a search in each of the wagons to make sure that you aren't harboring the king. And
Do I?
And I
Wait, this...
yes, you
That's
do.
not.
And I trust that you guys don't, but you never can be too safe. And he gestures at one of the other guards.
Okay. I hear that. Can I put the sword away?
Put the sword away, put the weapons away, do nothing.
Yeah. All
Just
right. Yeah.
everything in my bag.
Vortex you warp into the nearest building wall.
Is that what you want to do?
Yeah, I just want to put away every single one of my weapons
Okay.
because even though they know me in security, there is a reason I want to put away the sword specifically.
Go ahead and roll a stealth check to hide the sword.
Actually, right at Bloody Myers, a pile of junk.
That is surprisingly good considering I'm at disadvantage. That is a 16.
16. All right. You managed to find a place on the alongside the edge of the canvas, to where you could just sort of like slide it between like the canvas and the layers of canvas and the wood, to where you can still, you know where it is, but unless you're really looking hard for it, you aren't gonna find it.
It's not obvious that it's there
Yeah.
at all.
It's not just like leaning up against the wall.
Yep. Other than that, they can just go as crazy as they want, and I won't really do a thing.
Okay. The officer that greeted you guys, he hops up onto the wagon while the other one waits out front. And then eventually he enters through the drape, and you can see he is a bit surprised on the inside. You know, seeing
It's
it's on the
larger than
inside.
the outside.
Yeah. And then he pokes his head outside for a moment, and then back inside. This is
Yeah, it's bigger on the inside.
man, I guess merchant wagons are something special, huh? Well, I should only
Wait,
be
so merchant wagons like this aren't common down here in Greenhouse?
something like this. No, nothing like this. It's usually just large, big wagons or wagon trains.
I actually wouldn't have known that until you pointed that out, so thank you.
He continues to look around the wagon. Let's see, rolls for a couple of things. Okay. All right. So as he's looking around, he peers through a couple of boxes. Sees the other brimstones. Brimstones, what are you doing while this man's going through the wagon?
I'm still looking at my pocket watch. Of course, not in shield form, only in pocket watch form.
Okay. He, as he's continuing to look around, he notices the vomit on the floor from the newly sickly Hector.
I immediately want to go and clean that up. I completely forgot I was gonna do that.
So, what's with the stuff on the floor there?
Friend is sick. It's fine.
Sick.
We can just clean it up.
Uh-huh. He,
I'm not fond of it either, okay?
He looks at the two brimstones for a moment. All right. Well, let me go back to my friends outside. It'll be just a moment. He heads
Alright.
outside, and his friend pretty much go back to their original positions. And he goes and talks to his senior officer. This time they're talking in a little bit more of a whisper, so you can't really hear everything that they're saying, but you can tell that something has caught his interest, and so he goes into the shack down here for a moment. And after some more talking, he comes out, and another figure, approaches out. He seems to be dressed differently than everyone else. Seems to be of someone of importance, and the two of them walk up to the front of the wagon. So, what brings you guys to this part of the ring? Where are you guys headed?
I just look like I want to say something, but then I just end up saying
I looked
nothing.
at Igna. Ask the boss. He's the one that knows where we're going. Into another layer of livings for deliveries.
Well, that's pretty much what we're doing. We're just heading further into the rings, stopping to the garden ring next. The senior officer. Well, sorry to inform y'all, but currently the entire ring is on lockdown since. Well, you know exactly why. The king and the lord of this ring are still missing, and until we can find out what's happened to them, there most likely won't be any ring gate action anytime soon. But you're free to head over there and set up camp with the rest of the travelers if you like. But before that happens, I would like to ask at least a couple of you a few questions each before you go. Don't worry, you aren't under any arrest or anything like that. I just need to double check some things.
All right.
So, who would like to who would like to come up first?
Who are you after? Who are you after?
Who am I after? Well, we're here looking for the king.
Well, I mean, who of you, us here, you want to talk?
Doesn't really matter. Whichever one of you want to talk first.
Fine, I'll get this out of the way first, so I can get back to tinkering. And Valazar, no messing with my Bok.
I wasn't planning on doing so, okay?
I believe actually Hector would like object, coughing through the pain, just like, what is your station?
My station? Well,
Yes. What is your rank?
my rank. Well, suffice to say, my rank here is beyond your. It's confidential. Let's just say it that way.
Confidential?
Yeah.
That sounds like a mouthful of horse shit.
Alexander, please.
I'm sorry, I'm in a bit of a mood. We have a medical emergency. As you can see, I am unwell. We need to get through this checkpoint as fast as possible.
Look, and we're willing to let you through as long as all of you are, at least most of you, a couple of you are willing to go through some questions. And once you're done, y'all can head on.
I'm fine with that. Maya already volunteered to go though, but I can go afterwards if that's okay.
And the more you
See,
guys.
this is why we wage war. Due process.
Look,
Alexander, these guys honestly. You know, whatever.
I'm saying this telepathically. By the way, so.
Here's your medicine. Try not to die on us.
Take 1d20 damage. No.
I have temporary HP by the way, guys. I did use my false life, so
Sit
you
and
guys
then just
know, I'm
collapses.
actually, just so you guys know, not flexing everyone, I have 21 HP right now because false life.
21.
So
Nice. That's an additional 8.
It's sneezing. Put you in the bed.
Give me a
Alright.
second.
So the officer, he brings you towards this shack down here at the bottom.
Yep.
Just right through here, and we'll go ahead and get to asking the couple of questions.
I'm keeping my wits about me, of course.
Yeah.
But I'm being cooperative. After all we've been through.
I really like the music here.
So
Have they kidnapped the bot or something?
the first room you enter seems to be some sort of lounge waiting room area, and then the other room down here is it has been set up for a little simple one-on-one talk. Not necessarily an interrogation room. There's a window down here you can look out of and see the forest. The officer, he looks at you. So, well, I don't think I officially introduced myself, but you can just call me Purdue.
Pleasure. Maya. I
Someone-
would go for a very long-winded name, but I think it'd be a bit too much.
Yeah, no, that's my boss has a pretty long-winded name, so it's nice when you can find a way to shorten it. But my first question to you, now, be honest with me, is where'd you all come from? Did you all come from Hollyvara?
We've been through Hollybarrow.
Yeah. Were you guys at Hollyvara when the stadium?
Yes.
When what happened at the stadium?
And we saw the culprit that caused the chaos.
Did you now? Who exactly was it?
Maya gives a complete description of the guy
The
the
guard?
actions of the town guard that actually tried to murder several people. And the whole situation. She literally just goes full monologue of events
All right, and then
from her perspective.
as you're doing that, he brings out a little notepad and starts writing things down. Well, that definitely seems to be quite the story there. So you were at the stadium then when everything went down.
Meant to pick up a horse. Though we never got around to picking up the horse because of the events that happened.
Well, half the stadium is destroyed and multiple people are either missing or dead.
Dead.
Yeah,
That happened with an explosion.
yeah, don't say. But, we have,
Did you
of
mention
course-
the termite containers or the bombs?
Yes,
I went
did
full
you?
monologue.
Okay. So these containers you speak of, what they well, do you know what the purpose was? Why? Or
What's
anything
sold
about
in
everything?
mass? It was basically a massive soul gathering event. They didn't care who was in the stadium, what was in the stadium. As long as it had a soul, it could be poured in a canister, and when they went through the rubble, they could actually retrieve them.
Interesting. Because you see, there were some guards and knights that were sent out there, and when they went through the rubble, they didn't find anything. But as they dug around through some of the stands that were left remaining after the crowds had cleared out, they found some tucked away here and there. About I don't remember
Basically,
the exact numbers.
Because Maya's been tinkering with one of them that she
Mhm.
found. She basically puts the damaged one on the table from her bag of holding. This is what
Okay.
you would have been looking for.
That's so. Now, it's a
I
very
tried giving it to a
interesting-
guard, but they're all running with their tails or doing other stuff. Plus
Well,
those black guards that go through your soul or that didn't want a bar of it. Smashed
Well-
one of them.
The Watchmen? Yeah,
Yep.
no, you gotta be careful with them. They will
I did no murder or
rip you to
anything.
shit.
I just tried to stop the event from happening.
Ah, you try to stop the event, and how'd you know it was gonna happen in the first place then?
A lot of things of knowing to look for it. Guards acting strange, not letting people out of the stands, people running around trying to kill other people, and then having several of your group kidnapped by guards to try and have them incriminated for murder. Just because of their names.
Their names.
And this guy, as I said, is the one that pulled the trigger. Used his used his instrument, which is caused the sound to reverberate throughout the stadium, setting off the bombs that caused the destruction. And most likely they were placed in high critical areas that would cause secondary explosions from Mass Effect. Not my first rodeo with dealing with such things.
Sounds like you're an expert on these things, no?
Investigating, going through a war, having someone try and do it once before, then going through school and learning about it. No, I'm not from this realm, I don't think, after falling through a hole.
Falling through a hole.
Ended
Tell
up
me
in
you
the
didn't
place
come
with all
through
the
a ring
bodies.
gate.
Oh no, didn't come through a ring gate. Was on a ship, black hole opened underneath me, ended up in a place, well, falling through the sky into a place full of bodies.
Old Stan. Well, sounds to me like that's normally what happens when people die. But from what I can tell, you ain't dead. You are sure as hell breathing and a living creature.
As far as I know, I'm as well and kicking as I can be. I bleed, I sleep, I eat, I do all the normal stuff.
Well, thank you for the information. I'll go ahead and
Alright.
have one of my fellas here grab one of your other friends.
Oh, and here's this little extra. We weren't too sure on the information, and she hands the knowledge of the outpost near Hollybara that was said to have been a spot for a meeting point for them.
He looks at the book for a moment before putting it, before setting it back down on the table for the time being. Appreciate it.
Don't want to be in the troubles of the law. I don't really care to cause trouble. I just get along with my life.
Yeah.
If I can tinker, I'm happy.
One of the guards comes through and opens the door. You done, sir?
My
Yep.
I gets up. Oh, you can keep that one. I don't need it.
He nods as you
And my
back
head's
up.
out happily with her tail swishing behind her.
All right. One of the guards. All right, who's next?
Who's next? Polka dots.
Look, if you guys
I
don't,
was muted. Whoops. I was saying this entire time. Oh, I can go.
All right.
I was muted. Sorry.
No worries. All right, so you're escorted towards the room, and you see that he is sitting in the chair. Welcome, welcome. Please go ahead and take a seat.
All right then. I might. There.
So, tell me, what brings you to the rings?
Well. Allard, you're gonna have to give me a second. I'm thinking of how to phrase this.
Okay.
Okay. Well, what brought me here is, the ring gate. This outer ring right now is supposed to be a meeting point for me and someone else. I'm guessing it'll take a while before they get here because of the lockdown, but
No one's coming in here till the king's been found. Trust me.
yeah. Anyway, this was supposedly our meeting spot. Not specifically this building, mind you, just this entire outer ring. And
Wow, that's saying that you're gonna meet up in a country.
that's actually as vague as our plan was. We really did not plan this out. But that's the general idea. We had plans of coming here together and then figuring out what to do after that, but well, we got separated and the lockdown's just not gonna make that easier.
Makes it easier on everyone else trying to find the king, make sure that he's not only alive, but not held hostage.
That much I can understand, but currently right now I'm just waiting for the lockdown to end.
Yeah. Well, while we're on the topic, what do you know about the king's whereabouts?
Honestly, not. Okay, I'm gonna need a refresher. Do we know about? Maya just brought it up. Does Valasar know about like this meeting spot that was recorded in a book or whatever?
Yes.
Um.
So say that it's knowledge for everyone in the
entire
party
party.
about
Yeah.
about the spot, because Igna did mention it, and then you guys decided to go to the mines instead. So
Okay. I'm gonna bring that place up and say that's where Valasar himself suspects the king is being held. But beyond that, he has no clue.
he looks through the book, or he skims through the book a little bit. You know, taking a quick look at this, while I do agree that it does hold some importance towards this whole situation, I highly doubt that some scrawny ass ruins north of Halivara is where our king is being held.
I can understand that reasoning. It's just that I believe that isn't the place the king is gonna be held indefinitely. Or like where it is they would, well, do whatever it is they need to do.
And
I was
let me ask you real quick too. How did you how did y'all come across this this information? Did you get it off of one of those bad guys y'all fought?
I'm gonna be honest, as the player, I completely forgot.
No worries.
I would tell him, but I, as a player, forgot.
You guys got it from the that last supporting band member from the Bard.
I'm gonna say it's from him. I'm being completely honest with this guy.
Okay. So you got it from one of them supporting band members. From what I heard, that they all died except for that one, to which
Had to blow his arm off
Got-
to stop him from killing himself too.
so that was you.
Yeah. It
No.
was, and I'm just gonna say, unfortunately, didn't quite go well with the Watchers, but beyond that, at the very least, we got some information, if at all.
Now, let me ask you another question real quick. Are you the individual that happened to cause a ruckus in the crowds with that giant tall white beam?
Oh, the moonbeam? Yeah, still trying to clear up the misunderstanding about that. See, that was because guards were trying to go after the other two in the cart. Not the one that you just brought in, but the other two knights. They were the ones being framed for all of for what was about to happen, the bombing and all that.
Mm.
And um yeah, I didn't quite appreciate the fact that they apprehended our friends in the first place, and at that point I was also suspicious of what the guards were doing, seeing as how they were preventing people from leaving with all the bombs all around. Even got confirmation from the guards themselves that they were in on it. So at that point I just dropped the moonbeam on them without a second thought, and did not realize it would cause this big of a misunderstanding between the watchers.
So what you're suggesting there is that the entirety of the security force that in the stadium were in on this terrorist attack that also happened to steal the king. Do you realize
Well, yes.
how absurd that sounds?
Yeah, I know, but it's honestly what I believe. I've seen it for myself.
And you expect me to take your word?
Not really, but you want me to be honest with you, so I'm being as genuine as I can.
Well, fair enough.
Give me a second, Mallard. I have to answer this.
Okay. So, while that is going on, is there anything else you guys are doing in the meantime?
I wanna ask Saya, Miami, how the interrogation went.
Maya?
Do you think
There seems to be some sort of misinformation going around, but I've given them what I saw from my perspective and of events that have happened.
I'm back.
fair? Do you think they're gonna stop us for longer than this?
Depending on what is said, and most likely will. So watch what you say. Too late to say that to Valistar, but who knows what's going to happen.
I'm back.
Okay.
Phone call's done.
So all I can say is watch what you say, and be as truthful as possible. They don't seem to have any magical means of telling whether you're telling the truth or not. And I cannot tell if they're up to anything. So watch with your last names. I did not give them your last names. Because I've noticed that it, how should we say,
As a bipolar results.
there are people out to gank you just for the stripes.
Yeah. Alright, back to the discussion room.
Hey.
Well, so let me get this straight. When you fired that, as you called it, moonbeam, in the stands to where there were people nearby that could have gotten dangerously hurt, you were doing it because the guards were attacking you, trying to arrest you.
Well, the other two knights specifically, but yes. I'll admit it isn't exactly the brightest idea considering, again, like you said, all of the people around, but...
No, it is definitely it's a giant big red
giant
X.
laser from the
Yep.
sky.
Yep, exactly.
Still, hmm, can't really say. Despite all of that, I really regret it because, well, I was being impulsive at the time, and well, my friends are getting hurt, and that's really about all I cared about at the time.
Well, that is
Still.
understandable. During those moments, you only have instances, seconds to react.
Mm-hmm. Usually I'm a lot better at thinking things through at the moment, but I don't quite know why this time I was just so giddy. Well, either way, at least now I know not to drop a moonbeam when we're in the middle of a populated state.
Yeah, don't
That much I know.
don't drop a giant magical beam in a public place unless it's some sort of contest or some sort of magical bout or something like that.
Yeah.
Especially when the king is around.
Hmm.
A lot of people
Well-
were deeming it as a failed attack on the king, seeing as how he had disappeared shortly thereafter.
Failed attack?
A failed
If anything, I
attack.
thought it was successful. Nobody know where the king is right now. So
No,
for all
not-
we know,
Not
Hmm.
not the attack on the stadium. Your little moonbeam.
oh that,
Yeah,
yeah.
a giant magical beam when the king is in present. Well, people are gonna act fast.
Fair enough.
All right.
Anything
Got
else?
no more questions for you. Now, please be on
Okay.
your way.
Quick question.
Yeah.
Do I notice this?
Roll a perception check if you want to notice it. Your passive perception's not
Yes.
high enough.
I think Maya's the only
this
one
is-
with the perception high enough.
Hmm.
That is, oh my word, that is a flat 25. Or no,
Yes.
that is like 25 total because I rolled a 20.
You do notice he's sort of blocking it with the way he's sitting, but as you stand up, you do notice that there is a red substance from under the door. Meantime, though, the guard escorts you out back towards the wagon.
Can I at least ask him one last thing before that?
On the way out, yes. One question.
What is that by the door?
The guard yanks you out and brings you back to the wagon.
Okay.
Right. Who would like to go next? Should only need a couple more people.
To the two that are muted.
Hector, would you be comfortable to go first?
Sure.
Alright. Hector, you
All right.
slowly make your way out of the wagon, trying not to stumble and fall, and you.
Watson's there helping.
Yeah. You're,
Watson's going into caretaker mode.
You're
Thank you very much, Walton.
you're able to get out of the wagon fine, but you know, seeing as how that you no longer have the amulet currently equipped, you do feel everything in general's just taking its toll and losing that vigor. It's taking a surprising, well, not a surprising toll, but
It's taking its toll on him.
yeah. So there's some withdrawal effects going on.
Yeah, Watson is going into caretaker mode, so he's helping
Okay.
Hector.
Well, howdy there. You seem to be a pretty well-armed, pretty well-thought individual, judging by your look. And you don't seem to be in too high of spirits as well, judging by, well.
Oh, it's all right. You could take all this away from me, and I'd still fucking decimate most guys you put in front of me.
Oh, you're a pretty feisty one now.
Not feisty. I just know what I am.
Well, let me go ahead and ask you, what brings you down to the rings?
Taking care of some business.
Business, yeah?
Classified, political.
Huh. Well, then I guess we're
If we want to go into,
two
you know,
peas in a
semantics
pod.
and stuff. Yeah, if we need to go into semantics, though, I'm afraid you'll need to get a written request from the king of the regular world for me to relinquish any information pertaining to my classified and allowed quest.
Go ahead and roll a deception check about that allowed part, unless it. All right, so
Yeah. So,
outs-
22.
A 22? Okay. All right. Well.
Let me-
Seems.
First off, let me introduce myself. I am Lord Alexander, the Marquis of Brimstone, leader of the Brimstone Knights.
Leader of the Brimstone Knights. Well,
Yes.
howdy dee. Not expecting
Also
such
nicknamed
a...
the Scourge of Hell.
Yeah, people called it a couple of other things, but it's no need going over such grandiosities. You can just call me Purdue.
Purdue.
Yeah. Must be
Oh,
a
Purdue.
pretty important business if you if the leader of the Brimstone Knights is down here.
Yes. So, I'd best be on my way.
I know we ain't
You're
done
quite-
talking here. Trust me, we don't. I have no intention of arresting you or anything like that.
You don't have the authority to arrest me. It'd be a diplomatic incident. Hell, this
Uh,
might even count as keeping me, I mean, I should be able to be freely walk any time I like. I mean, if you're holding me against my will, that could be a diplomatic incident.
I don't want
Do you want to cause another war?
I just want to have a lovely little discussion, just for a couple.
Then let's
more
have a
minutes.
lovely discussion. Why don't we, Purdue? Why don't we have a lovely little discussion?
Yeah, sure thing, sure thing. So I hear from your friends that you were at the stadium when the whole incident happened. No?
Yes, we fought valiantly to, protect the king and protect the citizens of this ring, but afraid your own people failed them. So,
Our own people. Well, it doesn't surprise me much knowing all the different types of folk that wander these parts. But tell me, what do you know about the last time you saw the king? The stand where he was located at was blown up, but when searched and under other third-party investigations, it was found that his body or any remnants of his body was not there.
well, personally, I don't remember a whole lot. I was lost in the swordplay.
A true fighter, then, eh?
Hey, my father was told me, never half-ass one thing. Whole-ass it.
Yeah, I heard your father was a pretty interesting and determined individual, was he not?
One could say.
You know, sometimes I wonder when great, important figures like yours, when they die, what happens to them down here. If they still retain their memories, or if they lose it all. And
I
become
hope to
nothing
God
more than
not.
a gold bar, or what would be a gold bar to you.
I hope to God's not. I hope it is sweet nothing but the abyss that accepts me.
Well, seems that you are pretty determined to do your business, as you call it, whatever it is that may be. And seeing as how you're a fighter, I can draw my own conclusions. But truth be told, I have no interest. If you're willing to arrest someone, kill someone, I don't give a damn. We're just here looking for the king.
All right. Well, if you have no other questions, I would go back to resting on our cart. I am very unwell, I'm afraid.
Well,
But well enough for anything, if you change your mind.
You are quite the interesting, the fun fellow, I could imagine. But feel free to be on your way.
All right. Goodbye, Purdue. Then I take my leave.
Goodbye.
And then I go hit the bathroom in real life. Goodbye,
All right.
people.
All right. So the Watson and another one guards
My turn.
escorts Hector back on, and he's able to get up. You could definitely tell he does feel a little bit weaker, a little bit fatigued. All right. Now it's your turn, Galahad. So,
Okay.
tell me, what is a fellow like you doing in the company of a brimstone?
I'm his cousin.
2 brimstones down here? Well, I'd be damned. Tell me,
I'm just trying to help him out.
and what exactly are you helping him out with?
Well, that's for him to answer, not me. I hope he was able to tell you what you wanted to know.
Oh, he had told me. I just want to make sure he ain't lying. Or at the very least, you're lying together.
You know, that's not my thing. I'm here to help people, and that's about it. We had a deal before entering the underworld, and now here we are. I don't need to know more than what I need to do.
More of an agreement of sorts.
Yeah, you can see that he's not exactly well on health.
Yeah, I could tell. I'm surprised he didn't throw up on the table when he came inside. Man looked
I'm
like he was
glad he
about to
didn't.
go into a coma, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, he's been like this for a while now.
So it must be a pretty important mission if a sickly man is willing to risk life and limb down here.
Who knows? Perhaps just a bucket list. Maybe just wanting to visit some of the rings. Some of them have some pretty nice views, doesn't it?
Oh, you could definitely say that if you ever want to escape. Go ahead and go. And when I mean escape, I mean just go ahead and dive into your sins. Go ahead and visit the garden ring, but you can't because everyone's trapped here until the king's found.
Yeah,
So
that
let
sucks.
me go ahead and ask you, what do you know about the king's whereabouts?
I believe one of my teammates must have mentioned that me and my cousin got kidnapped while in the stadium.
Kidnapped specifically? I don't recall anyone mentioning kidnapping, but more of just general arrest, yes.
Either way, we woke up in a very dark room, both tied to a chair, and pretty much being interrogated and tortured. One face in specific stands out. and we were able to. It was the same face who. It was the same person who started all the explosions.
Started all the explosions. Now, if I recall from your friends and everything that's on file, that is the musician that was playing at the opening song and everything, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Now, let me ask you this. Why the hell would a damn rock band want to blow up an entire stadium?
Well, they were looking after the souls, right? But at the same time, I believe that it was just a major distraction to try and kidnap the king.
Well, and he brings out the soul canister I gave. This little contraption here you're talking about, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Between interviews, I've been looking at it, and well, from what I can tell, it does seem to be some sort of mass harvest type device to where it could take in multiple souls at once. This isn't the first time I've seen something like this, but something on this scale I haven't seen.
Well, I guess they're working with some new technology.
New technology. Well, one can only take a gesture, I guess, at some things, but you said that you were his cousin, right?
Yes.
Why not his like a sibling, like a brother or a sister, or
Well,
or any other cousin for that matter?
I'm afraid it's not that simple. The Brimstones have been in not that easiest of places. His brother died already, and well, let's just say that the other branches of the family isn't always so cooperative with the main one.
No, yeah, the rings are like that. It's like one family, and some parts of it don't get along well with the others. Maybe his brother's
afraid.
soul is down here somewhere. Maybe it's in someone's coin purse, so to speak, or maybe it's been used as in science. Who really knows?
Well, all we can do is hope that that isn't the case, perhaps.
No. I do have a message for you to relay to the rest of your friends. Now, he leans
Okay.
in and whispers to you. whispers that to you, Galahad.
Okay.
And then he leans back. It's like, well, I thank you for your time here, but seems to me that you don't know anything much about where the king's whereabout is, although you have provided us with some much needed information on some leads as to where to go. So I do thank you on that, but feel free to leave.
Okay. I return to the cart.
Alright, and with everyone back on the wagon, Purdue, he steps outside, talks to the his one of the other officers, and then that officer tells the guard up front to let you guys pass. Alright, and then unless there's something else you guys want to do, real quick before you guys leave.
I want to call attention to everybody and talk about the message that I received.
And I should mention real quick too, Hector is resting. The toll on the amulet is taking its toll, and he's trying not to constantly be back in pain and sick. So, but he's listening.
Okay. So, I got some info from the guard. They said that not everyone here is working together. They're just all trying their best to get to the king first. Some groups may still be willing to stop us and do worse than they did right here. We gotta be aware of that. And being a brimstone just makes everything a thousand
Wait,
times
you told
worse.
him that you're a brim? Oh no.
Well, it was not really my fault, right?
Alexander told him. Yeah.
Oh, I wasn't there for when that happened.
No
Okay,
worries. Yeah.
never mind.
He
See.
pipes up and he says, "Yeah, no, I told him that I'm a brimstone."
Okay,
Back to resting.
makes
So
sense.
basically, whoever finds it gets the most clout, as it was.
I mean, yeah. If the king was missing and your men happened to find the king, you know, you'd be indebted
That's
to
an
you.
easy promotion.
Yeah, a lot of having the king's favor, you know. Pretty
Why
big
do I
thing.
feel we made a wrong choice in coming right here straight away?
Well, because the king is still missing, it's safe to assume that the rings would have gone on lockdown anyway, and, well, really everyone's gonna be trying to find the king now, so... If I had to say, why don't we try go looking for the king too? See where that
Far
takes
from
us.
where any possible leads would be.
Yeah.
We still have the ruins.
That's days behind us.
Yeah, that.
Well, it's the only thing we really have, and we aren't exactly getting anywhere until then, so...
Hmm.
It's more of a we might as well thing than something I genuinely want to start doing, because I see where you're coming from, and I also do understand that it was several days ago. But
Yeah.
we aren't exactly doing anything right now, and we can't even leave until the king is found. So if we really
Yeah.
want to leave, we can just go
And
do
we've got
that.
a protection contract for Igna.
Mm-hmm.
So do we abandon the contract for that and risk permanent stain on any chance of leaving this ring? Or go on an errand to try and find the king and possibly find a corpse?
Or find
Corpse
something
is really
worse.
better than
Yes.
nothing, but even then, do we really have a
Yeah.
choice here?
Yes, we do.
You do kind of
Let's-
realize we
let's-
can't even complete the contract until we do something about this, right?
This is-
Let's trust
Why do we
Ignia.
always have to be the one to fix another person's problems?
It doesn't necessarily have to be us, but realistically, we're the only ones who can do. We have something that allows us to do anything about the situation. Why don't we? I'm seriously
the guards
asking
will-
this.
The guards will deal with it, one way or another. And besides, let's trust Ignia. He definitely knows a way of getting to the second ring without the official methods.
Does he? I
Do one of
just
you
I
want to
mean-
ask
look
him?
at where. Yeah, that feels like something
Are
we
you
have to
sure?
ask him about before we just jump to conclusions. And even
He's
if he's right, wouldn't
He's
we
a
be in trouble?
merchant. He's a merchant. Aren't we already in trouble, pretty much? With Sir I am a Brimstone right there.
Oh, I see your point, but still. Hmm. So what, are we just gonna continue to the ring gate, somehow sneak our way in? Potentially, um, potentially aggravating even more of the Watchmen, all the while leaving this problem that we know that we can solve unchecked.
Can you solve
know
it?
we-
How,
We
how
don't
do
know
you
that we
you
can solve.
it?
You're
Yeah.
also assuming that the king is there.
Even if he's not, we'd still get something. Like, even
not,
if there
maybe they're
was
already
literally
out of
nothing
it.
of interest, we would be able to tell others, okay, that place is really not worth your time.
Well, we missed that opportunity in coming straight here first.
Yeah,
And
Going
that
to
is
the
this
true.
front lines.
And see, this is why I kind of wanted to go get him first.
Well, you're not even sure if the king was there. That's just where the bard escaped to.
And besides, by the time we were here already, the bards could have already went away, and there's not even a trace of him there.
Yeah.
And considering they're most likely the same group that's been trying to off the Brimstone since Oldstead, they're very thorough.
So
I mean,
what, we
there
just
might-
continue on
We're
without-
supposed to get, like,
So what, we just continue on without giving a damn about anything?
we are giving a damn about it, but we can't do anything about it. We already made the decision, so we just need to keep going now.
Yeah, the trail would have gone cold by the time you guys would have gone there. Been probably like 10 days going back to the rings or the ruins. Alright, so I guess it would be 10 days if you.
Frankly, I'm just getting tired of the fact that we can't even do anything despite the fact that we know something's going down. Okay?
As you guys continue through the forest, there are a couple of different paths. One leads right to this tower. It's not marked, but there's just a trail that sort of walks along it. You do see that any wagons ahead of you are continuing along the main road, and there's another smaller path that heads off to the left. None of these directions are marked, by the way. What would you guys like?
Wait, so is it that we're going? Is it like here, here, or here? Is that what you're saying?
Pretty much.
Hmm. I have no clue.
Yeah, because from where you are right now, the forest. There's no forest to your right. It is bare lands, and then you do see a tower rising up through a crater. And then on the left, well, you don't see what's at the end of it, the end of the path. It's a path that goes through the forest, and it seems outside of the main road, the second most traveled path out of the three.
Well, I guess it's your call, Igna. Where is it that we're going? To the ring gate?
Well, the ring gate's on lockdown right now, so we can't. Well, I mean, who knows? By the time we get there, it might be working, or it might be still on guard. Can't really quite say, but over to the left, that leads to pretty much these floating islands. There's not too much on them. It's mainly just nature reserves. There is the ring court where a lot of the cases are decided, but I don't really think we need to go over there. So, and then over to the right, no one's really been in that tower. It's, or rather, there's a lot of rumors that have gone in about that tower. No one really goes in because it's surrounded by lava, and while we will last longer in lava than you guys, we still will eventually die. And if the ring gates are closed, there is going to be a lot of people camping outside the ring gates or at the base of the bridge, and so there'll probably be a bunch of different folks around there we could go ahead and possibly talk to.
Seems like a good place for information.
And plus, we can go ahead and wait in line until the ring gate opens up.
That's true. Just, will our supplies last long enough, though? That's the thing.
Well, I'd imagine with everything we have here, if I have to dig into some of my customers' orders, well, I'll just give them some compensation.
Nice. I don't think we've got any way to get into that tower as it is anyway. Even though it would be an ideal spot for hiding.
Other than the flying carpet?
Well, yeah, we've got the flying carpet.
That took us over a couple gaps before while we were in the mine. I don't see why we couldn't use it now.
Or, I keep forgetting about the carpet, I just rarely use it.
Hmm.
It was a gift. Let's just say that.
Look, I forget about things too, but how do you forget about a literal magic carpet that gives you the ability to fly?
Got many things on my mind, okay?
You mean a lot of tinkering?
Yes.
More important tasks at hand.
Well, we aren't
I
exactly
enjoy
doing
tinkering
anything.
over being next in line to the throne. So what?
Next in line to the throne? Oh. So you're nobility too, huh?
Maya lifts up her hand and points to a signet ring that's been there the entire time. Not paying much attention, are we?
It's not exactly that. It's just that I don't quite know that the signet is supposed to be a symbol of royalty or whatever.
It's a sign of nobility and family crest.
Which I would have an idea about why. You can't assume that I would know all of this right off the bat when you said it yourself. You're from a different world.
Yes, but every world has nobility, and if you're from Faerun or that, every person and their dog knows how to tell a nobility apart from the regular cut. And not to get in their way.
Well, you do realize we could just make a ring completely identical in form, but then it just doesn't really mean anything other than it's just, let's say, an enchanted ring, for example. Look, I'm not exactly keen on spotting these sorts of things, but even then, you gotta think it's pretty ridiculous that a ring that you don't even recognize is something that's supposed to signal royalty to everyone when said royalty technically doesn't even exist
Didn't
for
state
us.
it had to state I was royalty. It's just a sign of nobility.
Nobility. I keep saying royalty, damn it.
It's 9 times out of 10, it's mostly nobles that have it, or merchants with very powerful backing.
Mm. So what you're basically saying is pretty much everyone here is a noble except me. Because, well, we have the Brimstones, we have
Igna's
you,
not a noble.
not including Igna. Not
Okay.
including Igna, because I am well aware of the fact that Igna technically doesn't count.
Oh, you got the retainers that the Brimstones are dragging along.
Yeah, and Righty.
And Righty, yep, can't forget Righty. What has he been after?
He's mainly just
He's
been,
been in the cards.
fucking around.
Almost dying 80% of the time.
Yeah, he mainly just
Alrighty.
hangs around in the cart, plays around with random things.
Oh. I
Uh,
forgot about
ma-
Righty.
Many times falling over, because he has 2 right feet.
How did this
Steering
con-
well
Wonderboy.
clear of Maya when she's got tinkering tools around.
How did this conversation go from we can use a magic carpet to go over lava to talking about nobility and signets and all that? How?
Don't worry about it.
So, yeah.
So, what would you guys like to do?
Well, considering what, not good chance the ring gate is still gonna be on lockdown, and we don't really have anything to do here. Plus, the tower is like right there; it won't take up too much time. I say we go for the tower at least for now. See what's
Kill some
there.
time.
Huh?
Kill some time.
Yeah, cause literally, what else are we gonna do?
Haggle, make things,
Yeah.
meditate,
Well, you can
contemplate
make
our lives.
things. You gotta realize not all of us can tinker, you know?
Who said you had to tinker? I gave many options. We all have our own specialties.
I
Mine is
just kind
just
of prefer
I tend to
actively
tinker a
go.
lot and put people back together in possibly the wrong way.
Possibly the wrong way. You make do with what you have. Put it that way.
Yep.
Oh, you have no idea how much I understand that statement.
I interested you in a double right arm?
I actually had to deal with that before, so let's not. And I'm just gonna tell you right now, dealing with having both of your arms be the same kind of arm, aka like what you just said of 2 right arms, it is really not fun. I would know. I had to go through that.
I see. Note to self, don't give a double right arm.
You seriously had to write a note for that? Isn't this just common sense? Why would people assume having 2 right arms is a good idea? To be fair, I might be a little biased because I actually had to go through that, but even so, you'd think if you were well versed enough in, let's say, a person's anatomy that you're able to even do that, why would you assume that it's a good idea to do that in the first place?
Why not?
Limitation.
Oh my word.
Push science to its limits.
Yep.
I will not begin to try and understand that. I will not claim to understand where it is you're coming from with this. I'm just gonna say, fine, I'm gonna tolerate it.
Well, if you lose a limb, I've got to put it back.
Yeah, but there's a lot better. Yeah, well, there's a lot of things you could do, and other than having to put another right arm on a person. Not everything can just be solved by
Like
plastering
mechanical
something.
arm.
Exactly! You could just make a mechanical left arm as a replacement. You don't need to make it a right arm specifically. I'm just saying, if you're far enough into this sort of thing, this sort of field that you're able to understand, how you're able to put all of this together, you would immediately be able to figure out why it really shouldn't go together, even though it technically does. Speaking from experience here, I'm just gonna remind you.
Watson doesn't
So-
complain.
Well, whatever, let's just move.
Alright, so do you
And-
guys go over to the tower then?
Yeah, sure.
That's true. That's true.
What do you mean that's true? Who said something?
D&D chat.
Look, if we don't have the pieces for left arm, we gotta make a right one, other than none. How would you not have pieces for a left arm if you have enough for a right? If you can't make one, technically you can't make the other, because one is just the other, but inverted. It's the same situation that happened with Riley over there.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't have another goblin leg. I only had 2 right goblin legs.
Yeah. You gotta make do with what you have.
Why in the world do you even have 2 goblin legs to begin with?
Because the
Well,
goblins come
Righty
out
fell
of the
through,
sky.
and then another crushed goblin fell through at the same time. And time
Oh,
was
so
against
basically they came with you. You didn't just have them, let's say, back with.
Yes, let me just
back
pull out
there.
a spare leg. And Maya just pulls out one of the homunculus parts, limbs.
Oh god, no.
What? I've got to store them somehow when they're not active.
That's not the problem here. It's just more of a personal thing, but
It's
separated
just-
limbs just give me a special kind of anxiety, okay? Are we moving on, or are we gonna continue
No,
talking
yeah, we
about
can go
this?
ahead and move on. So you guys reach the edge of the crater, and you see that at the bottom is there's lava that surrounds it, and you do see the tower in the center. And now that you're at the rim here, you do see that it's a little bit dilapidated. You can tell there are some chunks missing. It's in a state of a state of disrepair.
Okay. Magic carpet time.
The carpet.
I am actually a little excited about this because it's not every day that they actually get to
All about the
fly.
carpet express. Please keep your arms and legs inside the carpet at all times. No jiggling, wiggling, or anything to dislodge yourself. You're not liable for death or injuries that may occur due to stupidity.
You say that
Please,
like
sign
it's
this
directed
waiver.
at me.
It might be. Not a kid. All right, let's. So you guys.
Look, I'm stupid, but I'm not that stupid.
You gotta give the safety briefing every time.
Yeah. Hopefully it is 0. Hopefully it is. Also, hello. How are you doing?
Alright then. Let's actually just keep going.
Please make sure you have all your arms and armaments at all times.
All right. So you
I
guys.
just realized I forgot to do something. We got my sword, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we need to do that size. Sorry about that. And then why does the wing have to be all the way down there? So as you arrive, and you land on the what little ground there is around, you can tell it even has a little bit of a stench of a building that has been left to time.
In a sulfur
Let's
induced
just say
area.
corpse and just be like, excuse me, are you saying someone died here? Actually, that would be kind of plausible now that I think about it, but whatever.
So what would
Any
you guys like to do?
open up the door and see if it's unlocked.
The door.
To be fair, we
swings
should check
open
for
with
traps first, but even then, I doubt a place this far away would have traps.
As you push open the door,
Go ahead.
it creaks.
A gold coin who says he's gonna get hit by a trap. With that logic.
Oh, I'm pretty sure.
There's
It's not gonna be any surprises.
a sudden loud noise as the door falls off its hinges.
Yeah, this place is 100% abandoned. Sure, there may be traps littered around here, but something just kind of makes me doubt it.
Okay. Do you step in?
Yeah.
Following.
Okay. So we'll just do.
Following behind with the force cannon.
I want to just go explore.
Okay. So there's the door to your left, and the door to your right, technically up and down.
I'm going down.
Okay. You enter the room at the bottom. There's a table that's well, it's starting to fall apart with how old it is.
Like it hasn't already, as seen here.
It's starting to fall apart. For what little there is left is starting to fall apart. Put it that way. And but it seems that the rest of this room, this area has been cleaned out. There's different like writings and scribings on the wall. You do see a couple of like letters, to, hearts and like all that stuff. And seems like this place is a place for people to go hang out if they have the means.
Okay. On to the next room, I guess.
Okay. Is everyone going to be following Valisar?
Yeah, just keeping an eye out for anything.
I wanna enter and go to the middle of the staircase, the stairwell.
Okay. So as you enter, you see that the stairs they go up towards the top of the tower, but a good chunk of the stairwell is missing. But as you enter, you do see the center of the tower. There is a familiar looking rose. It's the same kind of rose that you guys got from the last session.
Okay, so
It has that sort of cyan. It has that look to it, and there is a little bit of a static over the entirety of the rose.
okay. I wanna get the. Can I pick the flower from the bronze?
So as you attempt to grab it, you lean down and you notice that it's not rooted. It's more just like held in place. So you're able to pick it up with ease.
Okay, I wanna get it and start to go up the stairs until I get to the broken part.
Okay. So yeah, you're able to go up the stairs for a bit, and then as you reach the top, or not the top to where you can't go any further. There's about I want to say 5 foot by like 5 feet out and 5 feet up, to where the stairs have collapsed.
Okay. I wanna try fiddling with the shields, with the little pocket watch.
Okay, and what is it that you do?
I wanna see if I can like alter time somehow.
Okay. How? Well, I guess,
Maybe
yeah.
like
A better question
turning the.
is. Okay, so you get your pocket watch out. You click the button once to open up the lid, and then you pull it. Which way do you turn? Clockwise or counterclockwise?
Counterclockwise.
Counterclockwise.
I try to turn it as, yeah, counterclockwise as much as I can.
Okay. As you turn it counterclockwise, the area around you doesn't seem to change for the bit, because it is just going back in seconds, and you know.
Okay. I stop pulling and let it get back to normal. I
Go
guess
ahead,
I guess
real
the
quick
top
for
of the.
me. Go ahead and roll an investigation check for me.
Okay, sure. I need to see my bonus in investigation. I believe it's a +3, but I don't know. Give me a second. It was a 15 either way, so.
Okay. So you come up with
Actually,
the,
no, that's a 14. I have +1 investigation.
a -1.
Yeah.
Got it. Alright, you know, let's say Hector gives you the help action. Go ahead and roll again.
Wait, the help action is a +d4, right?
No, it's just rolling with advantage.
Okay, sure. Another dice on the table, and it's worse, so a 14 is the best I can do.
14. All right.
The
No, that's
14s are
fine.
back. My gosh. It's always the 14, I swear to God.
So far you were only using the stopwatch by itself.
Ooh, okay. So, can I try to get the flower
Yeah.
and
So you
somehow interact?
Yeah. So you already picked up the flower. It wasn't rooted into the ground, but it was like acting like it was, you know.
Yeah, no, I wanna hold them close together and try
Okay.
to like maybe tinker with them to putting them together somehow.
Okay. As you hold the flower in your hand, and now that you're moving it around, you do notice that there is that static is around you for 10 feet, and
Oh.
you see that the stairs are there. Now that you have the rose out and I guess equipped and you're using it.
Okay. I guess now we can go up.
Alright, so
Hector's
the-
coming with me, so I'm gonna start stepping and going up the tower.
Alright, the two of you go ahead and go up on the tower. I'll just put you right there for now. Alright, Valsar and Maya, you enter the other room, and you see that this room has also been ransacked as well. There's not much left. There is a chest, but that thing has been brutally opened from the tops and the side.
Okay, let me just take a guess and say we're not gonna find anything on the ground floor. You wanna head back?
I say that's probably best.
Okay.
Alright. Kinda hoping we'd find something here, but...
Alright, do you guys call out to the brimstones?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Galahad, you hear from down below the others as they call out to you.
Just come up, guys.
What? You expect us to climb up a completely collapsed shaft?
Not a completely collapse.
Collapse? Nah, they're stairs. What are you talking about? And then I look down again and I notice that the place where they're looking, there's no
Yeah,
There's no
because
stairs.
you're 10 feet too far.
Actually, do I even see him?
Yes, you do. There's ambient light coming in from the top.
Do
I
I
start
see
to
the
go down.
stairs where he's at?
Yes, and you do also see the giant gap of where the stairs are.
I start to go down the stairs to get close to them,
Okay.
so they can go up too.
Why is it that every time Whatever. I'm just gonna take a blind step and see if there's something there.
Alright,
A blind step over to...
As you take a step out, and your foot lands on the stairs that Galahad has that have a similar protrusion or color as the other ones you guys saw.
AKA effective... I was gonna say effectively I'm floating now because I thought we don't see it, but... Okay. I'm just gonna start climbing and get back up to Galahad then.
Okay. You make your way back up with
The one place I don't check something interesting actually happens. Every time. Is there anything actually up
Hey.
here though?
Yeah, so as you
Hopefully.
give me a moment here. So you guys, as you continue up, there are a couple of other floors. But as you go to investigate them, they too are fairly dilapidated, as they don't really contain much. Although that being said, though, they don't have any marks really outside of, or they don't have as much marks as the ones down below, mainly because of the dilapidated stairs and everything. And it feels like you're going quite up. The tower you feel like is quite tall, since there are a lot of different floors, and a lot of them have been either ransacked or there's not really much left in them.
I want to push ahead and see if we can get to the top.
Okay.
Mm.
All right. All right. So eventually, you guys do make it to the top of the tower, and just like the rest, whoever resided here seemed to have packed up most of their belongings. That being said, though, you do have a really good view over the tree line and the rolling hills. You could see out for what you feel like is effectively miles, kilometers.
Interesting.
Can I go outside and take a good look as to what's actually there?
Yeah. Alright,
Other
so
than
you,
that,
you
there's-
take a step outside, and you feel a bit of a breeze. But as you continue to, but you can see far out, and in this direction, you see the bridge over to the ring gate, and that there are a bunch of little white dots and specks along the road, and along the base or the entrance of the bridge. You see some floating islands. Most of them seem to be all natural, except for ones far up where you think there might be some artificial structures.
Okay. Well, not really much else to do here, huh? Whatever was left of here is clearly gone. There isn't really much to do anymore, so... If y'all want to head back down, that's fine. I just kind of want to stay up here for a moment, if that's okay.
How are you gonna get down with the partial collapsed stairwell?
Look, we already know that there's a staircase there. Shut up.
You guys can. I mean, he could probably just make a jump for it.
That's true.
It is
You
a
know,
fall.
when you say it like that, I honestly think he would do something like that. Just out of nowhere. Geronimo from like the top floor all the way down to the bottom just because he can't find the stairs. But I am kind of serious about wanting to just stay out here and look at the view for a while. So, if there's anything you guys want to do, then you can go ahead and do that.
Let's check on
Okay.
our way down. Since there's honestly
Maybe
nothing
we
here.
lost a room or something.
Who knows what's here? We only briefly know from what we've seen.
Alright, so the rest of you guys make your way down as Valasar stays up top. Alright, so if you guys go ahead and go back down to the base. All right, Galahad, is there anything you'd like to do now that you're back on the ground floor?
No, I don't believe so.
Are you sure?
What is that flower you got anyway?
We got another one of those when we were leaving the time anomaly.
They're called chrostatic roses.
Interesting. The one that we saw when we left the time thing, it vanished with everything else. Why is this one here?
Who knows, but it was useful for us.
Are you seriously telling
I
me that
guess-
we are dealing with time travel stuff? Okay. Okay. Sorry, I'm just taking this in now because I wasn't here for the last session. Ah.
I mean,
Fair.
technically, it's a type of flower that allows you to see other shines. So,
Yes.
what I'm guessing is there's gonna be a lot of them in the second week, because you know, vegetation and whatnot.
Very interesting of it.
Mallard, did you say the
It's a good
DMs?
one.
I have. Let me see. Okay. Okay.
Hmm.
Do you want to take a peek into one of the rooms, Galahad?
Sure. I think every single room in the bottom floor was checked already, right? The floor we are in right now.
So you enter in through the same door Thalasar and Maya went into. And do you still have the arrows equipped?
I do, yeah. I'm still holding it.
As you walk through the room, everything within 10 feet, it feels like it's been taken back. You see there's a rug on the floor. The table is in one piece with a couple of dining chairs. And there's shelves along the wall adorned with various books, and there's alcohol. Seems to be some sort of dining area. There's a kitchen down there at the bottom. As you continue to explore the other room.
Okay, I want to go for the next room. I mean, I want to do a perception check before to see if I spot anything of importance.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and roll.
That's 17, I believe.
A 17. All right. For this first room, the only thing you notice that's of worth is a
Yes.
would probably be a couple of alcohol bottles. But other than that, there isn't really much here.
Okay. I'm gonna ignore and go to the second room.
Okay. The second room you enter seems to be some sort of storeroom. There are multiple different shelves lined with various different crates and boxes. Although most of them are completely, in this turquoise type color. You see the crate in the back is back in one piece.
Okay. Can I check the crate?
Yeah, you try to open the crate, but it is currently locked.
Hmm. Maya, could you come here for a second?
Oh, what do you need?
Do you think you can open this crate?
Give it a try. I'm
Better
gonna
than
look
nothing.
over the crate to see what sort of crate it is.
Yeah, it seems to be a fairly standard, some sort of secure lockbox type deal.
So, gonna be checking for traps, obviously.
Go ahead and roll an investigation.
With perception. That is a 27. Well, no.
All right, so you
30.
don't notice.
Gotta remember, when I'm using tools, I've got a bonus.
Okay. You don't notice any obvious traps or anything like that. This is- okay, whatever. Yeah, so you don't see any traps or any spells that would go off.
Okay, I'm gonna look to try and open it.
Okay. It is locked. Do you
I was gonna try.
go ahead and
What
roll?
sort of...
It would be sleight of hand.
I don't... That's dexterity, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
+3 with tools. 7 plus 17, 24.
24. All right, you are you're able to pick the lock, and the lock clicks open.
Yep. At least someone remembers I can open locks. There we go, Galahad. All open.
Thank you very much.
I mean, I can also open locks, but my
Is
way's
that
not
with
as
Jimmy?
quiet. Yes.
Nah, it's with Shatter. Come on.
It depends how I'm feeling that day. Back to being a sore throat person. All right.
What do we have inside the box? What's in the
So I
box?
am,
What's in the box?
deciding
What's in the
to
box
figure
today?
out.
Wait, hold on. You told me to roll.
No, I am just looking through the thing here, looking for.
Okay.
That'd be too big. No, yeah, let's go with this one. All right. You find a rune inside the chest.
Interesting.
Ooh.
So a rune stone.
Interesting.
Catches your attention, man.
Why would a runestone still be here if they've taken everything else out?
Well, so I should mention that the box originally was destroyed and emptied out, but with the chrostatic rose, you were able to get the original box there, and so you're picking
The Phantom Box.
Yes.
This feels odd.
I wonder if it's gonna disappear once we go get out of the range of the flower.
Try picking up the stone. See if it does anything.
I'm not that comfortable with rooms. I guess you should be. You should do it instead.
Typical. I'm gonna investigate the
Awesome.
rune.
You said you're gonna investigate the room?
Yep.
Okay, go ahead and do an Arcana check.
That would be a 22 without using tools.
Using tools. Alright, so from what you know, this rune would make it harder for your enemies to dodge out of the way of your attacks. Pretty much making your attacks more
Precise. It seems this rune makes things hit more. Interesting. Maya's
Yeah.
gonna pick it up if she can.
Alright, you grasp it and you pick it up.
Yep. Very odd. I still don't get this magic. Would I know whether this rune needs attunement or not?
It would need attunement, yes.
Which will take an hour.
Which you guys probably have time for.
Yeah, probably would. So is it a ghostly sort of looking, or is it an actual...
So the rune has the static to it, but it doesn't have that turquoise look on it.
See, so it got left behind. Interesting.
Because when you guys checked the box before, there was nothing inside of it.
So it might disappear when out of range.
Possibly.
Or it was concealed until... Oh, very interesting. I do not know what's going to happen with this, unfortunately, Galahad. Wonder, since it's in this timely state, if I could actually move the rune to another object.
And make it not be looted in the middle of time.
Well, we don't know where. We're looking at a piece in the park. But as a spectral friend, Boar said it's one possibility of an outcome.
Yeah, but I think that whatever we do here
We've noticed
maybe
our actions
alters
don't
what happens.
truly affect the timeline.
Don't they?
Events are gonna happen because they're gonna happen, according to that thing.
And the time figure.
Still
Okay.
don't get it myself.
Well, we can still try to use the rune right now instead of trying to wait until it
Okay.
disappears because it's out of range.
Do you guys want to try to attune to it now and just like chill?
I guess so.
Okay.
We can
who's,
continue searching while I attune to it.
Alright. Gotcha. So, yes. Maya is attuning. Galahad and Hector, what would you guys like to do? and then remember, you guys are in this abandoned tower. Most of the floors, as you guys were going up the stairs, were empty.
I imagine Hector is currently not trying to, but actively leaning on Galahad for support. So he'd be kind of like whispering to Galahad and telepathically and be like, so "Can I talk to you for a minute?"
Sure.
So I pull Galahad aside. Is there any like area of the tower that's kind of private, or we kind of
The-
sequester just the two of us?
The majority of the tower, yeah, you could go ahead and hide out over like this room over here if you like, because Falsar is up in the top.
I get we can have this whole conversation in our mind, but I'd still like some privacy.
Fair enough.
So I'd pull Galahad aside.
Okay.
And I'd look at him. I'd say, "There's a lot of strength in being good. You have that strength. A strength I do not possess. I am merely good because I am weak. And when I am not weak, I am not good. You know, they say power reveals absolutely. I believe it would reveal a better person in you than in me. So I want you to hold on to the amulet until you deem me either worthy to wear it, or you choose to wear it yourself."
Okay. If that's the conclusion you got from our little conversation before, then I'll hold on to the amulet until I think you deserve to wear it.
Just keep a hold of it, and don't mind wearing it for yourself. We're gonna need it. This world's gonna get a lot more hectic in the time to come.
I'll keep that in mind if we come across more difficult situations.
When I need someone to protect me, I'm look like a man of glass.
You soon enough. I know you'll be able to handle yourself.
This old age. You know, I wasn't supposed to make it this long. Doctor said I would be dead.
But you did. But you did. Isn't that proof of strength?
Tenacity. Maybe endurance. I don't know. That's strength. But I just feel like I'm thinking more clearly with it out. I mean, I'm throwing up every 10 goddamn seconds, and I'm in gut-wrenching pain, but I can think clearly. I don't know. I just got so bad. I was so ready to fight because I could. I didn't have to worry. And I could take the hits. So I was totally down with giving people excuses to issue them. Maybe I'll be able to take a more diplomatic approach if fighting seems a little more intangible of an option.
If you don't toss the name Brimstone around half of the as much as you do right now, it would already be a great improvement, at least to our current situation.
Too many Brimstone Knights died for me not to say that name. Call it foolishness or pride or whatever, but it would be a disservice to their names and their sacrifice to not, let people know.
Yes, I understand. I'm just trying to make sure we're not in the same list as the one who died.
You don't have to say it, but I will. Until I make my untimely demise, whether that be through a fireball or in my bed, sick and decrepit. Honestly, I hope for the fireball.
Until then, we have a mission to complete, so let's keep going.
Well said. Then Hector is going to give him one of those awkward dude hugs that don't know how to hug properly because he's never been hugged as a child.
They're just trying to find like the right angle to approach with the hug and everything.
Plus, he's super sickly, so he just like looks all hook-handed. So he's like
Got
trying not to like
hook-handed
fall on top of
Tough
him.
duty
Yeah.
armor too.
Yeah.
Give him that weird
You're in a
side pat.
tuxedo. He-
Yeah, you're in
Yeah,
the
but-
tuxedo.
Yeah, rocking
But I
it.
imagine the thing is too big as fuck. Especially to the size of the character, like he's tall. He's really tall.
Well, it's not soft when he grabs, sir. It's called
Yeah.
metal.
Anyway, yeah, I wanna explore the other room. The third room there
Okay.
with the rose and see what happens.
Which one, this
Did
one or
Galahad
this
move out of range of me in that time?
one? Yes, he most definitely did.
Did the rune vanish?
It did.
See.
It did not, or it did.
It did.
Oh.
See. Well,
Interesting.
there goes
okay.
that achievement.
All right, so you said you
I
wanted
wanna go to the
explore the rest of the
yeah.
tower.
I wanna go to the other room.
This room, right
yeah,
here,
that one.
as you enter it, you could tell this was a barracks of sort. Lots of bunk beds, lounge tables or chairs and tables. Place for the people of this tower to relax.
Mm-hmm.
But as
Okay.
far as yeah, there's not too much of interest here. Just beds and couches and stuff. Alright, is there anything else you guys would like to do?
I think we've searched this tower.
Yeah. Don't think there's
Unfortunately,
anything else to look for.
moving out of range makes the rune vanish.
Do you think you can work in with the rune if I just stay around while you do it?
It most likely would, but whether it's worth it or not is going to be completely irrelevant. Unless somehow the magic is moved over to another item permanently.
I mean, but are you sure the magic would stick to the item and not to the rune and just disappear?
Well, what I'm saying is taking the magic from the rune's source and then putting it on a tangible source now.
How long do you think you're gonna take to do that?
I have no clue. Out of character, I have absolutely no clue how long that would take.
Go ahead and roll an Arcana check for me.
And Arcana, that'd be a dirty.
Dirty 20. So let's go with 4 hours.
Take 4 hours. I think we've got 4 hours right now.
Hmm. We're not up to anything. Do you think it's worth it?
Honestly, I don't know whether it'd be a fool's errand or not, whether it'd stay.
Yeah, I think it's better if we just go away then.
Yeah. Well, we've investigated this. We've stated a certain green dragonborn's curiosity.
Yes. Maybe now he's glad that we did something while we couldn't do anything.
Maybe.
Alright, so do you guys go back up and get Balasar?
Yes.
You head back up to the top where Balasar seems to be talking with someone, but and wraps up the conversation.
Time to go. Can't hear you, Ramus.
Oh, Mike died. Rip.
He's typing. Okay, my mic died. Okay.
Alright.
Died.
Is
Hey.
the microphone... Is the microphone about... Okay.
The microphone's working, yes.
Okay. Oh, you guys done? What did you find?
Absolutely nothing.
Nothing much.
Alright. Kinda expecting it, but was also hoping that wasn't the case. Whatever.
But the blue flower, that's about it.
You think we can, keep the blue flower, or...
Well, I'm no botanist.
No, you're a surgeon of sorts.
Surgeon, mechanical engineer,
Yeah,
all that sort of stuff.
botany isn't under your belt. Well, I mean, if you guys want to leave with that chrostatic rose, you can try to see what happens.
Hmm.
Do you guys leave with the rose or no?
We can always try. We don't know whether it's tied to this place or not. There had to be a reason why the rose is here in the first place. And generally it only happens after what seems to be a temporal incident.
So unless someone says something else, I'm gonna say that you guys are leaving the rose behind. Or do you guys want to bring it with you? as well?
Try and bring it with.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, let's bring it with us.
Alright, so all of you get back onto the magic carpet. And as you guys start to fly out away from this this tower, Galahad, you notice the after a certain as you guys continue to go away, the rose
Snap.
fades away, and eventually you no longer have it.
Okay. Microphone's working again.
Welcome back.
Okay.
This is expected. So, sate your curiosity, Belisar?
For the most part. Still a little disappointed we couldn't bring anything with us, but... I was just kinda hoping maybe this time I would have been able to do something. And then you guys ended up doing pretty much everything here in the tower anyway, so...
Even though there wasn't much to do.
Not m- Seems like an old relic of the bygone era.
Well, let's head back to Igna anyway.
Okay.
Doesn't really look like there's much else we can do. Question now is, when we get back to the cart, then what? Just camp with Igna, I guess? When we get to the ring gate? Look, I'm still trying to think ahead as to what it is we should end up doing, but... honestly...
It is where
I'm open to
hired as
suggestions.
guards. Nothing more, nothing less. And our little jaunts are our own endeavors.
mm,
And one has to realize that one needs money to survive, regardless where you are. Unless you're keen on whatever's out there.
I actually never really needed money to survive up until this point. So, I guess that could maybe explain why I'm so chill about all this. I don't know.
Who knows?
Anyway,
You
I'm
guys,
just very tired and a little sleepy. So, if we're gonna be heading somewhere, then we can go straight there. But I'm probably just gonna be in the back, hitting the sack or hitting the hay or whatever. And sorry about yelling earlier. It just never mind. I don't think it's worth explaining.
Everyone has their path, and it's just that our paths have intertwined for a time, and whether they will deviate or not.
Eh. I
have
never
my
actually had to
path,
think
you
about
have
this
your
sort of
path.
philosophical stuff before.
Galahad has his path, so does Hector.
Actually, now that we're on the topic, I am somewhat curious about learning more about the Brimstones, but I guess
Well,
we
you
can
got
talk about that
two-
while we're traveling.
We've got two very apt subjects in the matter.
yeah.
Ask away. Whether or not you get anywhere is up to you.
Okay.
For my knowledge, there's been
Not to mention, he could also talk to the retainers.
Yes,
Yep.
that is true. The retainers, as they're called.
as it is for my he has no knowledge of ever hearing of any Knights of Brimstone, so
Well, I have heard people that use the Brimstone name before, but even then, it's been quite a long time ago. And they weren't Brimstone Knights specifically, so... Well, whatever. What I'm trying to say is they're not the same as the Brimstone Knights we know now, so might as well ask about that.
well, we're gonna have a lot of downtime.
Well,
Yeah. Anyway, let's just focus on getting back on the cart first, so that we're at least on the move while we're asking these questions. Or no, while I'm asking these.
you guys eventually get back to the cart. Igna's there. Everything's just as you guys left it, and you guys hop back on the cart. And Igna sets path towards the ring gate for the time being.
So, now you got me all curious. What's this about the great war between, well, the Brimstone Knights and the Fiends here?
Are you asking one of the retainers?
You know what? I want to ask Galahad directly.
Oh, okay. Well, okay.
Right from the horse's mouth.
Sure. Mothers, can you give me some more insights on this thing?
So basically,
sure.
Galahad knows, Rod doesn't. That's what's going on here,
Of
right?
course not. Sorry.
Well, you remember there's the winds.
I haven't been
projects.
part of the
you
war
mentioned
either.
Oh, hold on, the doorbell just...
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna go get the doorbell, give me a sec.
Technically speaking, Galahad doesn't know about it either. He knows they happen,
Yeah.
and that a part of the family was part of it.
What? Why is that the only thing that comes up? No, there should be. I'm sorry. I'm trying to find back on me.
Stop.
No. Let me just keep going up in the list. Because do you remember I sent you the info rod about the like lady in red and stuff?
Oh right.
Yeah.
Oh right. Right. Sorry, I forgot. I had completely forgot about that. Where's that?
September 25th.
That's about all the info I can get. So yes.
Yeah. You
That's
could say
fine.
that's the main thing you were
I'm back.
looking in was those projects and stuff.
Did I miss anything?
No, I was just we were just going back into the DMs for stuff. Yeah, so the top of the September 25th 8-hour DMs run.
Yep.
Just look at that. Be your
But I guess for now, if I had to say, most of the downtime I'd be spending is with the others, with Maya, Alexander, with Galahad, trying to learn more about the Brimstones, Maya's world, her interest in tinkering, the stuff that's been going on with Alexander, and so on. But also just mostly like, if someone's gonna be doing something, I also just want to be there and see if I can also maybe learn a thing or two about it, or if I can help them just... Yeah, Valisar is extra nosy this time. But other than that, sounds like a good note to end on, or...
yeah, we can go ahead and end it on there for the time being.
Yeah, because I do have quite a bit more time, but I also gotta understand, it is really late for you guys. So,
I mean,
yeah.
it's more late for me actually. For them, it's not
Yeah.
that much of a problem.
Yeah,
For
I'm
me,
just
it's
trying to
like
be
5:30
considerate.
in the morning.
I'm just trying to be considerate for you guys, so we can end here if you want.
Sure. I mean, yeah, it's a nice stopping point because you guys will be coming up on the ring gate probably next session
Yeah.
or so, and that's a whole Tailspire thing. So
I do
When
have
we get there, we do something.
I do have
We
things
do our
I'm
best to
excited
pass
about.
it.
I do have things I'm excited about for the next session, but I guess we can save that for the next session. You feel me?
yeah,
Hopefully,
Oh no.
How?
come up with me, guys.
your mic's being a
Volume
bit
was all
weird.
the way up. It just
Oh, sorry, am I really loud?
on my end, yes, like comparatively to everyone else.
Oh,
All right, my
Well-
volume's back down.
I will. I guess I'll. Well, good night. Great session.
Yeah.
Good night, guys.
Good night. Feel better.
Nah,
Thank you for participating.
and yeah,
Catch you guys later.
really hope you feel
Later.
better soon. Oh, dang it, I didn't even get to finish.
Yeah, I should mention now. He did go take a bath,
Okay.
so I was just acting in
Makes
his
sense.
place for a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like when he first mentioned that he was sick, I was like, I am just gonna immediately forget everything I was gonna initially talk about and or do, and just think about, oh, he's sick. Whoops. Seriously, it caught me so off guard during like the beginning of the day. Ah, but yeah, I
I'm
had
definitely,
a,
excited for next session because that's gonna be. I feel like the what's a good way to put it? The end of this act or chapter, or maybe not the next session, but this next bit.
yeah.
Probably be multi.
I'm not gonna lie, I still feel like a bit of a jerk, at least today.
Yeah.
For what?
I dragged the guys along with me towards like the tower, and then there was also the argument we had earlier about like what it is we were gonna do, and part of me was like, okay, it might be a bit reasonable for him to feel like that. The other half of me is like, okay, no, I 100% recognize that was just me as a person just feeling genuinely pissed. And I don't know how to feel about that.
I mean,
It's
the
just
tower
how
was a
things
fun
are.
part.
And character
The
development.
tower, the
Yeah.
tower was a fun part because we understood how those roses work.
Yes, the
And-
chrostatic rose.
About the argument, I just see it as Valisar's personality.
Yeah.
Really?
Balasar's
Nothing wrong there.
personality is just rhymes.
I want to go do stuff.
Yeah.
I was trying to
Is it
play him more
the-
as like a I want to do the good thing kind of guy, but we don't really get that many opportunities to actually go do the good thing, so yeah.
You gotta also remember we're in hell right now as well.
Yeah.
Does it really matter when it's so friggin' close to actual mortal realms in terms of like pretty much how do people interact with each other from the daily basis?
I mean, that's about it. You guys, there is an edge. It's not like there's a sea you could swim through. There's just a dark abyss that if you go down there, you will never come back, most likely. So
Yeah.
you gotta keep.
Yeah,
that.
that's fair enough. It's just if can I express my feelings for a bit?
Go for it.
Sure. No?
Okay. I will say I enjoyed the session, but honestly, just like when we were talking about where it is we would go and what to do after like the king disappeared, quote unquote, or whatever happened to him, and then the whole place would go on lockdown. I just kind of felt like for a second we would effectively be locked out of making progress until something happens.
No,
And
not necessarily.
I was a little afraid of that, which is why I felt as strongly as I did during the argument. And part of me still feels like, well, that was wrong. Because, like, well, I was just getting frustrated over what's effectively a game. So, yeah. Sorry if I came off as a bit antsy today.
No worries.
There'll always, when you get a group of people together, there'll be always different views and outlook,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and everyone has their own way of playing their character. And honestly, it's basically society as it is. You're gonna have different opinions and go different ways.
Yeah.
It's just
The
that
main
some
reason this sort of
parties
made-
tend to think
Yeah.
more closely than others.
The main reason this sort of felt like a problem to me was just because, like, I kind of wanted to build my character, not specifically Valisar, but my D&D character as more of a, if they don't adapt to me, then I can adapt to them just fine. And then here I am ranting on about how I want to do things my way, which is the literal antithesis of what I've been trying to build my character around this entire time. So you can begin to understand why I feel bad about this now, right?
They're
Mhm.
still learning.
Yeah. But other than
time.
that, today's session was actually really fun. We got to
Yeah.
learn more about each other's characters, about the world a bit. I'd say this entire session was a net positive. Or like the experience we had in today's session was a net positive.
Yeah, it was a nice little relax. Yeah, the main thing was the checkpoint with Purdue. Pretty
Speaking
much-
of that checkpoint, I
Yeah?
felt like asking about the blood on the door would lead into trouble.
Yeah. I mean, you guys probably won't go back there again. If you do, they probably might not be there. They might be moved on somewhere else. But yeah, no, there's
We would know that how? Other than us directly being there, why are you telling us this?
No, I'm just saying that there's a good chance that by the time you guys, if you were to, I mean, if you go to back right now, they'd probably still be there. But if you fiddle around a little bit, they might move
Yeah.
around because they are after the king and sitting around searching random wagons might not
Not
yield the
gonna
best
help.
results.
Honestly, though, like, do you guys have any idea of like what it is you guys want to do during, other than like get through the rings, which is basically our overall objective?
Maya doesn't really have an end goal except getting back home. That's it. But whatever comes
And-
up,
Um,
happens.
I'm
Alright.
here to help Hector, so yeah, that's my mission. As
Yeah.
simple as that.
For
To the big
me,
bad dude.
we haven't exactly discussed what it is I wanted to be doing down here in the house anyway, but I'm just gonna say this. Currently, right now, I'm kind of hoping we get to get a couple more interactions with Lunky later down the line, because, like, honestly, right now, it just feels like we kind of don't really have anything to do. You feel me? Because it's like, the rings are on lockdown, we don't know where Lunky is, so we can't even, recover him for the purpose of actually unlocking it again. And as a result, I did say earlier that I am waiting for someone here in the Outer Rings, and I was serious about that, which we can't do anymore because the rings are still on lockdown, so... I honestly can't do anything.
Basically, downtime with a bit of interaction mixed in with it. So there
Yeah.
is a lot you can do in downtime. And why I've been stating I've been tinkering and making stuff. Because
you actually
otherwise
doing
I would
something?
never get down
Yeah.
through this downtime.
She has tinkering to do.
Always.
Well, at least this time
Always.
I found what it is I wanted to do, which is like learning more about the backstory of the others. Like Maya, Galahad, Alexander, maybe even Igna, if he's willing to open up to it or not. Speaking of, I'm kind of hoping we would at some point figure out what the deal with the blue imp is, because you got me interested, okay? You got me interested about a lot of things, and like the world building, it's all just set up in a way that just makes me super
Intrigued.
just hooked on everything, and I just I want to get it over so fast.
Well, I'm glad to hear.
It's like just the feeling of anticipation. I'm sure you guys have felt this before, but like I cannot stress just how excited I get for the session solely because I want to see more of this world and more about you guys. That's just how much
I'm
everything's
sorry,
hooked me.
I'm getting sleepy here. I really need to go.
Yeah,
Good,
okay.
have a good one.
Alright,
Thanks for the
Alright.
session, guys. Love you all. Bye bye.
alright.
Have a
Bye-bye.
good one.
Good night.
Yeah, I'll probably head out here too.
Yep.
Alright then.
Have a good one.
I-
both of you.
Yeah, hope you all enjoyed.
Yeah,
Oh,
my
yeah.
family just got back as the session ended too. Great. So they came back with some stuff, and I'm probably just gonna be interacting with the family. But despite the fact that the next session is, well, next Sunday for me, I'm actually quite excited about what had happened tomorrow. Funnily enough, and Mallard, you know exactly why I say that.
Yeah.
But with that said, I don't really have anything else to say other than just like giving my 2 cents about what it is we've been doing so far. And I've kind of already done that, and I don't want to drag this on, so bye-bye!
Bye.
Have a good one. Bye.
Alright, and with that, the session comes to a close. A nice, simple one. Nothing too overly complex. But yeah, there's definitely a couple of paths they can go ahead and try to take. But yeah, I'm not sure what I'll be doing tomorrow stream-wise. I have a couple of ideas. I might do remote, I might do something else. We will see. But yeah, if it is morning time for you, good morning. If it is evening or afternoon, good evening, good afternoon. I hope you have a good rest of your day. If you're watching us to the VOD, I hope you're having a wonderful day so far. If times are tough or if you're not feeling well, I hope things get better and you feel better and come out stronger on the other side because of it. If it's nighttime for you or if you're about to go to bed, good night, sleep well and sweet dreams. But regardless of what time it is, have fun.